Good day everyone, hope you're all doing really well. Coming up on today's episode, Kokomi jumps down a black hole, we have Mualani surfing in Sumru of all places, and Paimon and Farina stand in a field of grass underwater. So what is today's video all about? Well, I'm going to show you a bunch of little tips and tricks that you yourself can replicate. You can go out of bounds. So this is just a miscellaneous collection of random stuff that you can do in Genshin. So if you're interested in that type of thing, do stick around. So let's kick it off here with what you've just seen with Mona. This is an animation cancel that you can use with her E and the final string of her normal attack 1. It allows you to continuously attack with Mona. So basically you have to animation cancel with her N1, the end of it, and her E ability really quickly. So there is something that you can try. Another thing you can try is to electrocute Yuri Miko. I know it's shocking when you stand here at Kokomi's palace, but if you do have the Wind of Sacred Lost Prayer Thingamabob equipped, you can actually roll with Miko. This is one of those little fun party tricks that I always like pulling. It's just so fun because normally Yai, she's not the type of lady that would actually be rolling. Another fun one that you can try is if you go to the position where I'm at here in Natlan, and the devs won't mind me showing this, but you can go out of bounds. You can literally walk out of bounds. There's no glitches. It's just a literal hole in the map that the devs haven't really kind of patched, which is kind of really crazy. But what this allows you to do is go to a very special place, and that special place relates to one of the world quests. Now if you're not interested in being spoiled to the world quest, go to about 3 minutes in this video and the spoiler will be over. But for the rest of you that want to, or that have done the Not Cry world quest, well, what we're now going to do is just swim here with Kokomi where the traveler swam, and this was the whole part where you had Ether and Lumine's universe. It's like really cool, it's so ethereal and all of that. I just wanted to show you this entire sequence. Now what's really funny about this place is that you can get here out of bounds, but what the game does is it takes all of your character controls away from you. So that means you cannot glide, you cannot use your abilities. Ow. For Kokomi, and what you can do instead is use your E ability, but it's going to be remapped to your mouse, to your right click on your mouse, which is, I don't know how that works, but there's a secret hidden glitch there, I'm sure. But this remapping does make this place quite difficult to navigate because you cannot glide at all. The only thing that you can do is you can use your E skill. So if you've got someone like Chaska, you can navigate freely just with her E skill. And then obviously if you use the hold the Alt button on your PC and you then swap to a character's elemental burst, you can then swap into that. But that's all you can do. Oh, and Kokomi went into a black hole as promised. Now this is just in the background, assuming you've got a teleporter somewhere underground, out of bounds, and not cry. I'll leave that as an exercise for you guys to do. If you just follow what I'm doing on screen, you can get to this very fancy ethereal place. The only problem you will have is that after some point you're going to lose control completely. So you can remain in your glider state, but the moment you come off of your glider, it's literally that you'll just fall down to the ground. So this is why you need someone like Chaska to be able to navigate this area. But all of these special effects and all of the cool glitchiness and the stream and all of that, it just disappears. You can see the place in of itself is a lot less dramatic with the normal like sky coloring and so on. And as you can see here, this is the only thing you can do is use your E ability to navigate with Chaska. In any case, enough of that. So let's talk about something that has unfortunately been patched. And this is the type of thing where, you know, when you start getting to know characters like Loma, you want to run around in Sumeru, and then if you see some sort of like strange rock, you kind of start panicking, and you then say, well, I need to bring out the strongest character on my account, which is going to be someone like a Mavuika. And when you bring out your Mavuika, you just quickly go into your Pyro Archon mode with your special hair effect, and then you can ride a Spirit Way. Okay, so all the jokes aside, There is a glitch with Mavukase, which I'm not going to explain. They haven't patched it, thank God, but it is there. And then obviously this Spirit Way, I think, is a leftover from the previous developments in Sumeru, and it just so happens that a lot of people just recently discovered this. So what we assume happened is that during development, the developers, as far back as Sumeru, were already trying to test this Spirit Way kind of gimmick. We know the Genshin devs typically are about a year and a half ahead of where the current game cycle is. So currently, they're probably busy building Not Cry, and there might even be not Cry Shiznaya, and there might even be mechanics at the moment, or mechanics that were even in Fontaine that you probably would see in Not and Shiznaya. I'm sure of it, or in Natlan. Sorry, I can't keep track of versions. But in any case, this was patched out. You can't do it anymore, but it was really, really cool to do. Another thing that's cool to do is the ability to walk in first person in Genshin, and this is related to one of the world quests. Now, this is a thing that I want to try and see if I can't glitch out and go and walk in first person in the actual overworld underneath. So you can see here, I tried to see what happens when I glitch the game slightly, and then I realized that, okay, no, you snap back into normal third person mode after a certain kind of point, which was a bit disappointing, but I did try, and you can see there, try and go a bit further. I'm walking here with Kokomi in first person view, and we eventually got to the ground in first person, which is really, really awesome. And I know I'm still working on this. This is kind of like a bit of a work in progress for me, but hopefully we can make the glitch permanent. Imagine being able to do this glitch and then go out of bounds with the Paimon barrier. It would be like absolutely amazing. As for exactly how I do this, well, there is a bit of like internet disconnect shenanigans that are involved, and it does tell you that, you know, if you go beyond certain teleport barriers and stuff, you can get there. You can see it looks so cool. It looks so cinematic just having this view, which is such a shame that Hoyo doesn't give it to us. And there, obviously, we need to reconnect to a server, and then that's the end of that. Alright, and then finally, this little piece here with Farina, that's going to be the topic of an upcoming video, but it's just we are exploring out of bounds on the Isas side of Fontaine, and then we just went underwater. The mechanics of how things behave out of bounds there is really, really cool and interesting, but I'll leave this as a bit of a teaser for that video. The next video on this channel will probably be a bit more combat oriented, talking a bit more about Loma, Nila Bloom teams and so on, because I know a lot of people wanted a bit of like insight into that. And then also a rant video or two that's also going to be incoming. But alright guys, that's it from my side. Hopefully you've enjoyed this bit of a little hodgepodge miscellaneous video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Cheers!